This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
This isn't about the dead, it's about the living. It's about my mother. It's about my sister. It's about my wife. It's about the 14 years it took me to go from undesirable to un-goddamn deniable.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it.
In the back, there are men and women, seasoned professionals, dues paid in full, gunning to be the best.
I'll always light the way, and all you have to do is let me in.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
Hey, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle-Cast, presented by RVT on Podomatic.com, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever else you may find this fine audio recording live on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. Talking about professional wrestling, both in the mainstream and the independent scene, on this, our last Wrestle-Cast of the year of our Lord 2020. We ain't working on Christmas, and the next show is going to be literally January 1, 2021. Little neat little thing there. My name's Matty J, that is TWK.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am TWK of TWK Reviews, here to entertain you, and I've been all over the United States, from Michigan to California to Florida to North Carolina!
I don't know where that running gag came from, but that's a fucking running gag, and I'm for running with it. Joining us, ladies and gentlemen, once again, and as well as per usual, our good buddy Shintigercurl.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you on RVT Entertainment's Wrestle-Cast. He is the longest standing guest star on Wrestle-Cast history. He was voted RVT Entertainment's most handsome man, even beating out the Shade and Mildred the Monk. He is an owner of a 4-star reviewed book that is completely hated on by Norman Botine. He currently has over 1,000 followers on his YouTube channel, which you can find easily on Maxicorn.tv on YouTube. He is the writer of one of the most popular and most beloved fanfics of all time, Zelda and Sonic's Day Out, and he is currently the owner of the best set of combiners that he did not get from North Carolina. Curl.
I damn it! If I know you were gone for that, I would have done something about North Carolina in my intro bit. Damn, what a lost opportunity, boys. How you doing, boys? By the way, you doing good?
Doing well.
I was feeling sick most of the day, but I'm feeling better at this moment.
Woo! Yeah, for those wondering, we started the call as per usual. But, yeah, he says he was feeling sick. I'm like, oh no. So hopefully it's not, what we hope it's not.
One thing that helped is I work in a pizza restaurant, and one of the things I made was I made a custom pizza with jalapeno cheese. I put crushed red peppers on it, and then jalapenos. Boom. That thing just, that's good for just sweating the stuff out.
Ah.
Got in a few naps.
Yes.
By the way, I want to thank you, boys. You have inspired my bid for Toku Refs Live on Sunday.
That's no
just
problem. Also, apparently, from what I've heard, and don't quote me on this, that apparently the North Carolina thing is a dig at Jim Cornette.
I thought you lived in Tennessee.
Yeah, because he said he never wrestled when he was working there in North Carolina, so Kenny sort of made it a bit.
Huh.
All righty then.
The more you know.
And now everyone in the chat has got their own North Carolina gimmick going.
I'm gonna have to do a lot of writing this weekend. Just out of thing. Anyway, we got a show to do, boys. Let's do the show. The last show for us in 2020. Feels like we only produced about 20 episodes, though. Probably.
Well, we did go on like a 4-month hiatus.
Yeah. I liked having that hiatus, by the way. I felt better in that hiatus. Fucking retribution.
Don't worry, Matty. After WrestleMania, we can take a break again.
Nah. We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. We got more stuff. We have the news. We have TLC. We are previewing, and we ain't going live on the 25th to talk about how shit that pay-per-view might or might not be. Sorry.
Watch it be the best show of the goddamn year too, just to spite us.
Jesus. You know what? I have the card loaded up. It's Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles and Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns as the double main. Jesus, it's got a shot at it. If Vince won't trip over his own dick again, guess what? He did so about 3 times before the damn Smackdown started. So, Oh, by the way, we're gonna bring his salty ass up tonight. Believe you me. We got that. We got TLC. We got maybe a Q&A session. Asked in Q's. We'll give you them A's. And of course, winners and losers all got that good stuff.
And before we go on, I have to read this in the chat from MD Commissioner. How could TLC go bad? Its match graphics have tornadoes in them. Tornadoes!
Yeah, but here's the thing. Yes, they're tornadoes, and that's nice. But are they Sharknadoes?
Yeah, just like that, Vince has lost me.
Yeah.
Also, the wrestlers who are in Sharknado are not in WWE, and one of them is in AEW.
Yeah.
Vince, you're just failing. You're failing on multiple levels of faildom.
Oh, hold that thought, because I'm pretty sure it's going to get brought up on that list of news. But that being said, we got to talk about that, and we got to talk about Kenny Omega again. You guess what? He popped up on Impact again, and it did not pop the big rating that it would have popped, that it had popped last week. But it did give us something to look forward to in the new year. Matter of fact, I think, you know what? Take a listen. For context, this is after the main event match between Carl Anderson and one of the Motor City Machine Guns. I believe that's what it was, if I remember correctly.
You all remember correctly. If I do recall correctly, it was Chris Sabin, a.k.a. the less sexy of the two.
Yes. I was not sure. Plus, it's been a long week. Not going to lie. But
remember, it was Fail Sabin.
Yeah, Fail Sabin, Pale Sabin, Male Sabin,
Jail Sabin, Kale Sabin. So many Sabins.
So many Sabins. Ladies and gentlemen, after that, Carl Anderson was the machine gun again, and he was a heel again, and well, you know what? Best at the clip, and you guys take a listen and tell me what the fuck happened.
Don, you're right. You're right about one thing. Champ does what he wants.
What are you thinking?
Watch a master at work.
What? Wait. Okay, wait. Oh, God.
You don't even need to. No, listen to me, bro. You don't need to cheat like that. Hey, get up, son. Get up. Hey, Don, get in there. Get in there. Hey, show him this. Show him the belt.
Look at the belt. That's the real world champion's belt.
Hey, Rich. Hey, cameraman. Take a look. Hey, Rich. This may be your house. Yeah? You may be the champion. But as long as you're a wrestler, this is my world. And you're just living in it.
What do you think, kid?
What do you think, boys?
Yeah.
Hard to kill?
Yeah.
We reformed the old Bullet Club.
Oh, I see 3 of them.
I see 3 of us.
Look at that.
Hard to kill. Yeah, you guys wanted it. We're gonna give it to you.
You know what? I don't like to throw around the old EVP power, but here we go. I'm going to do it right now. Consider this match made. Hard to kill. Rich Swann, the Motor City Machine Guns against Kenny Omega, the AEW World Champion, and the Good Brothers, Impact Tag Champions, 3-on-3, hard to kill. That's a main event, kid.
That sounds good to me. Actually sounds kind of sweet. Biz Klesme for life. Goodbye, Impact Zone. And good night. Bang.
I told you I got that song. Told you I got that.
I have a question.
Sure.
Is Velvet Sky still with Chris Sabin?
That's a D-Dub? I don't know. I do not know how to answer that.
I don't know. Why?
Because if she is, then when they go home, her job is to nail Sabin.
And JC in the chat says, suplex a train on the rail, Sabin.
Motherfucking suplex a train.
And that actually brings up a good point, because that's where Chris Sabin got his ring name from.
Yep, Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah, his Sabin is the name of the dude who suplexes trains.
So we're literally getting Final Fantasy VII versus 6 on pay-per-view, essentially.
Yeah.
The One-Winged Angel versus Sabin.
That's video game booking right there. That is that.
It is.
Anyway, so yeah, Hard to Kill in 2021. You got well, a main event. I don't know if it will be the main event, but well, let's not, you know. It may very well be that. Guts brings up in the chat, did Ring of Honor Final Battle 2020 just start or something? Well, yeah, actually, it did just start. It's it was filmed on tape delay on December 10th, and it is airing December 18th. So it is happening right now. Let's see what they had. Pure Championship, Flip Gordon versus Jonathan Gresham. TV title Dragon Lee versus four-way match winner. The four-way match being the four-corner survival between Tony Deppen, LSG, Josh Woods, and Dak Draper. Roosh takes on Brody King for the Ring of Honor title, and the Foundation, Lethal and Jonathan Gresham, pulling double duty. Mark Briscoe and PCO World Tag title.
That's a random ass tag team right there.
I get the feeling, because a lot of people, for those wondering, there were a bunch of people that were supposed to show up, but due to COVID-19 protocols, they were pulled. So I think that's part. I think that match may or may not have been affected, but because of those protocols.
Yeah, always a shame. Speaking of a shame, we have to start with some bad news. As Billy Graham has been hospitalized.
Ooh, yeah.
Sorry for him, but you know,
this man's so controversial. I mean, every once in a while, something we like happens, and he doesn't like it. And the last thing he said on wrestling was Kofi needs to take steroids.
Yeah, and right now apparently he's got an infection in his big toe, and he's a diabetic. So things aren't exactly looking well for him at this juncture.
I'm not gonna wish ill on the guy. I'm just not gonna say anything about it.
I think it's one of those stand by. If you want to hold your breath, do so. At this point, we're gonna go. Oh shit! Here we go. I mean, it's gonna suck when he does pass away, because this is superstar Billy Graham, one of the biggest influences in pro wrestling. Period. I mean, without Billy Graham, you don't have Jesse the Body, and you don't have Hulk Hogan to start. So
yeah, that is quite a lineage he started. I mean, when you look at all the pretty much almost any big bleach blonde muscled up dude, that they're just copying the template set by Billy Graham.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
On to a more news that I find interesting. Apparently, the USA Network wants more dark and violent content from WWE.
All right. I think we need to put more into context because you read this objectively. What I read was USA Network is fucking pissed at WWE for the low ratings. Hence, they said, we want more darker get that rating up and get it more permanently up, damn it. So yeah, maybe not in the next couple weeks, but definitely in the new year, the shit gonna get dark, apparently.
It's gonna be really dark. And we'll bring in some real familiar faces to USA. We'll bring in those guys from Psych, bring them in and have them have a hardcore match against Monk. It'll bring in the ratings.
Yeah, but we can't get Monk. Actually, no, I know a Monk. Hey, Mildred, want to make a buck?
I don't think Vince could handle Mildred. I really don't think so. I mean, goddamn. He'll drive Vince insane within the first day, let alone week.
JC in the chat. Shin, Vince McMahon has never heard of Psych or Monk.
Yes, I have. I watch them all the time. One of them has that black guy. What's his name? Ron Simmons?
Damn!
And the
JC
other one
with a relevant question, though. Do you think this will be the end of of PG in WWE? Ooh, I don't know.
They're pushing it, that's for sure.
USA is definitely pushing for it. Here's something that I think USA should push for: the end of 3-hour shows.
That would definitely make me more likely to tune into Raw. I remember when Raw was 2 hours. That was, oh my god, was that that's almost a decade ago?
That was almost literally a decade. Yeah.
Oh!
Almost a full 10 years of this 3-hour shit, folks. And we were happy. We were excited. And then we realized, oh, balls, it's 3 hours of crap WWE. Oh, no.
Yeah, if there's 3 hours of quality content, I don't think we'd be upset, but 3 hours of filler. So many episodes were just made just for the sake of filling time.
That drags so bad.
Mm-hmm.
A 1 or 2 hour show that drags is bad enough, but a 3 hour show that drags is the worst.
Right now, Raw is literally torture. You could torture anyone you want.
Cult to 62 on Twitter. He said, "Well, why don't you watch? I watch everything. You should watch everything." I said, "Listen, I have not watched a minute of WWE live. I just watch most of the stuff on YouTube or a full show afterwards." You said it yourself, Shen. Raw is torture right now. It's a chore, and I'm better served just watching a shitload of YouTube videos or playing on my Nintendo Switch than watching 3 hours of Drek. It's a lot less stressful too.
Yeah, you're better just watching it in clips. That way you just get the best of content while skipping all the filler stuff in between.
For those wondering, T-Dub did best in quotation marks for WWE right now.
To put it in an analogy that's best served with that tweet, I remember an episode of No Reservations where Anthony Bourdain ate an omelet in the middle of the African savannah made by a tribe who cooked it by cooking it in dirt. But by that person's logic, you should eat everything because it's food. No.
Yeah.
Just because you can eat everything doesn't mean you should eat everything. And these days, just because you can watch all the wrestling doesn't mean you should watch all the wrestling, especially if it's bad wrestling.
JC, I watch Raw live because I tend to only pay half attention and don't care enough to seek the content out on my own time. That's a damning statement, and then right there, that should be proof of saying maybe I shouldn't tune it on, because it'll at the very least send a message say, hey, your shit ain't catching my attention.
The last time I watched Raw live was like right before Goldberg won the Universal title the first time.
Oh, against Kevin Owens?
Yeah.
Last time I watched Raw live was shortly before that damn Saudi show. After that, I just gave up.
Don't blame me there.
A full 3 hours for me, that would be the night after WrestleMania this year.
You have higher tolerance than the rest of us.
No, that was it. Now, after that, I was done.
One thing I do want to talk about next is something that made me laugh, but also gave me reassurance that they're now seeing him as an official top guy, and that's the WWE Cheesy 2020 video.
What?
Their Cheesy 20 turning into 2021 video?
Okay.
So what they did was they had Drew McIntyre in the ring, and then they had 2020 come out, which was this CGI monstrosity that looked like the Mucinex gimmick. And then the 2020 guy gets squashed by all the wrestlers by CGIing him into various wrestling moments throughout the year. And then it finishes off with Drew McIntyre teaming up with 2021 to take him out. And 2021 is looking like this big superhero. It was stupid, it was cheesy, but it made me think, hey, they now definitely see him as the guy. Drew McIntyre is officially a made man.
You know what? That is a good thing. I'm trying to find that video on YouTube, though. I'm assuming it's on YouTube.
I'd assume so. I saw it on their Twitter account because people were retweeting it, and I was like, okay, I gotta check this out. And it was stupid, it was cheesy, but at least it shows that Drew McIntyre is the main guy in WWE at the moment as far as Raw goes. Like, they don't see him as a transitional champion. They see him as one of the people to lead the company forward for the next few years.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, but that cheese. That sounded so cheese.
It was 100% cheesy.
I'm going to go to the store real quick and get me some tortilla chips so I can just pour that cheese all over it.
You might need to get 2 bags just to be safe.
Oh yeah, this is a 2-bagger. That's some 2-bag-esque cheese right there. All
right, next, apparently WWE is looking for a secondary NXT show for their inexperienced talent, which I think might be good, hopefully. Because ever since the pandemic happened, their inexperienced talent, since they can't do live events, they can't get that ring time they'd usually get.
So they're basically creating their version of Dark, then.
Essentially, I suppose.
Because that's pretty much what Dark is nowadays. It's just a showcase for prospective indie talents to showcase what they can do.
Oh, yeah, more or less. And it also gives some people who don't show up on Dynamite all the time some airtime, so that way they can get some, ring experience and also get that win-loss record.
I can't help but realize to realize the intention of what NXT was supposed to be in the original conception of NXT, like as Triple H brought it up, a developmental thing. And the minute they put it on USA, it became, hey, let's pack in as many stars as we possibly can, and the stars, and let's get the ratings out of AEW, god damn it. Can't help but feel that NXT was doing just fine on the network, doing fine on its own, minding its own goddamn business, and Vince got a raging murder boner for fucking up another promotion.
And I'm sure USA gave them a lot of money for it. Because I'd imagine that's because it's another show on USA Network, that means more money in Vince's pocket.
And more money in my pocket means I can buy more food for my autographed poster of Garish Stridham.
Oh god, the fact that he probably takes that thing out on dates.
Yep. And he just celebrated his anniversary, too.
By the way, happy birthday to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
How old is that son of a bitch?
56.
Jesus.
Jesus.
He looks a lot younger than 56.
I thought he was like
bald.
Probably.
I thought he was like in his late 40s or something.
I know, right? But then again, I believe he retired in 2003 when he was like just entering his 40s.
I know he retired really early, but
yeah,
I don't have an exact age for when he did.
Yeah, he's turned 56 today. 56. That's, yeah, I mean, when you look at the guy, he doesn't look like he's aged that much outside of, some wrinkles here and there, but that's because he's had the same look since 1997.
Literally. I think the only determining part would be depending on the time of year, the beer gut.
Yeah, essentially. It's just kind of insane to think about because, he's just like one of those faces that's always been around. He's always essentially looked the same. It's kind of to think about people that are like that. I mean, Shane he actually looks younger.
He was 38 when he retired in 03. Guts and JC in there. Wow.
Yeah, he was 30. He was 38. Because
Well,
his birthday is in December.
Well, considering how young Sting looks at his age.
Well, at the very least, with face paint on, Sting looks relatively young.
A lot of older wrestlers just looking great for their ages.
Yeah, and it's looking to be more and more of a trend as wrestlers become a bit more cognizant of, staying healthy and staying off of drugs and all that.
Yeah, you got Jericho, who's 50. You got Dustin, who moves around like he's in his 20s, and he's definitely in his 50s.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Another person looks fantastic for their age is Monaro Suzuki. He's in his 50s as well.
Yeah, and he wrestles like he's still in his prime in his 40s. I think his prime got a second win. I don't know. That might be just me, but
honestly, he could be heavyweight champion for at least one title reign, and it would be believable.
Yeah, unlike some people we know.
What do you mean, some people? What are you talking about?
Oh, nobody in particular.
Yeah, I think it's good. Nice and subtle, kid. But I believe the joke that we need to make here is the score reads Jericho 4, Oldberg 0.
Also, I was listening to Saw Monster this past week, and he brought up something interesting: is the fact that at this point, Goldberg is no longer nostalgia because of how often he's popped up, and how much can you really get out of someone if they just keep popping up over and over again? How much longer until it stops being nostalgic?
Yeah.
Like, you can't just keep bringing Goldberg back in like, oh, it's nostalgia, except no, because he never left.
And he never wants to leave.
It's nostalgia because he was ostensibly nostalgia back in 2008 when he faced Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. Or was that 2000? It was 2016. It was 16 to 17, yeah. But that proves my point even more. When he's been about it.
It's just pure ego. It's pure ego at this point.
Pretty much.
One thing that's not ego-driven is Sasha's intent to want to bring back the Queen of the Ring tournament.
They're going to have to bring up a lot of outside women from NXT and the Indies to make that happen.
Yeah, this is going to take something that a pandemic will not allow you to afford.
Probably not, but at least it's good to know that at least there are people within the company that want to do this concept because it's something that a lot of people have been wanting for a while now. Especially if it could lead up to be a part of Evolution 2.
If they do Evolution 2, that would be a solid thing. If they it'd be Queen of the Ring is something. What about a Mae Young Classic kind of situation?
Yeah, that would be nice if they brought that back as well.
And the winner of that tournament gets a slot in the Queen of the Ring tournament.
It's one of the things where, you have the developmental women fight through the Mae Young Classic, and the winner goes into that main roster Queen of the Ring tournament.
It's an idea. Yeah, it's an idea.
All for Charlotte Flair to win it all.
God damn it!
God damn it! We're saying God damn it because God damn it, Charlotte Flair. But is he wrong though?
He's not wrong. And the thing is, we don't hate Charlotte Flair because she's an amazing worker. She's an amazing wrestler, but it just
we're saying God damn it because she's overbooked.
Yeah,
it's the Roman Reigns syndrome.
Unfortunately. On to better news. Congratulations to the Rhodes family because Brandy is pregnant.
Yeah, Brandy. It was announced on Dynamite right before Cody's routine tune-up match for we don't know why, but it was a neat little thing, and it was a neat little clip where they get a box. It turns out they're shoes, and Cody and Brandy they kiss because obviously it's mommy and daddy. And there's Pharaoh over there with little bandana scarf, little thing says baby security in training. Such a good doggo.
Yes, indeed. It's gonna be you're gonna be seeing the debut of my nice grandson, who's gonna be pretty, just like his daddy and his uncle, and just like me, old Dusty Rhodes. and hopefully I'm gonna come back as a ghost, so I can powder his pretty little glumum magnum.
And here's some news that I haven't seen anybody talk about, but guess who's partnering up with AEW? Guess which company?
Who?
Rooster Teeth.
Wait, what?
Really? Rooster Teeth?
Yes.
Wow.
They're partnering up because one of the members of Rooster Teeth is partnering up with Scorpio Sky to do a podcast all about random things, whether it be wrestling.
Yeah, that's right. They brought it. It was advertised on AEW. That's a Rooster Teeth joint?
Yeah. Wrestling for the Week, yeah.
Yeah, Wrestling for the Week. It's debuting on January 18th.
So that's a Rooster Teeth joint? Okay.
Yep.
Wait,
and it's to be broadcasted on Rooster Teeth, YouTube, and pretty much every podcasting source.
Wait, just for clarification's sake, is Death Battle still a part of Rooster Teeth?
It is, yes.
Good, then we could probably see Wiz and Boomstick on there.
Oh.
You know what? Get Wiz and Boomstick to do commentary on Dark.
No, that. And if they could afford it for 10 minutes, Excalibur and Tony Schiavone on Death Battle, calling a Death Battle.
Oh my
God.
Yes,
yeah, maybe Jim Ross if he feels up to it, but definitely Excalibur and Tony Schiavone.
This Death Battle has too many hot spots, my God.
Good Lord. I'm assuming that's your transition to that fucking story.
No, I'm not going into that. No.
Good, okay.
I'm not getting into that. Instead, I'm getting into next is the Acclaim will be challenging Young Bucks for the tag team titles next week. Oh, I'm sorry, Nickelbuck.
Nickelbuck.
one guy in my...
there are some people in our Discord chat who agree with that burn. And I feel sad in my head place thinking about it, but goddamn.
Like there's this one guy in my Facebook wrestling group who does not like the Acclaim and calls them John Cena knockoffs, and I'm like, is that a problem? Because everyone loved the Doctor of Thugonomics.
Yeah, and it's a tag team of rappers, and they're not white, which I think helps a little bit.
Max Caster is the rapper.
Yeah,
Anthony Bones is more the hype guy. It's kind of like a whole Public Enemy situation.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, damn, I forgot his name. Ignore me.
No, but they started with a rap battle, and god damn,
Kaz got a few bars in there.
Kaz got a few bars in there, and we should probably remind Kaz that he's white. Well, obviously not lame because he's from sunny Southern California, but
God damn it, Guts. Max Caster is not Juan Cena. Juan Cena is still in Mexico.
Yeah. Tag team with El Generico on occasion, yeah.
Devin says, the Acclaimed is man on a mission done right.
Ooh.
Beats Momo. Beats Momo. Beats Momo.
Yeah,
Mo.
Mo.
Also, congratulations to V1 for finally winning the world title with Mo on SmackDown.
Yeah, SmackDown 2, I think he's playing.
Not sure which one it is. I haven't watched the stream, but I have been following him on Twitter. So congrats on finally winning the world title with the man who should have been world champion back in 1996, Mo. Who needs Diesel when you got Mo?
Mo.
I have a distinctive impression, T-Dub, that I think Mo is in your boys' table.
No, unfortunately not. It's full.
No. He should be in a boys' stable, though.
However, the tag team of High Voltage is.
It's true.
Mo. Damn it, Brian Zane actually acknowledged the fact that he was surprised that so many people were very supportive of my boy, above average Mike Saunders.
Good.
Yes.
One time that Mike Sanders gets respect.
Yes.
And if you don't respect him, you know what you are? Tell him what they are, Shin.
Then, my man, you are SOL.
Makes more sense when you think about it, folks.
All right, then. Next, and final part of AEW news. On December 30th, we're going to get what might be match of the year right at the tail end of it. Kenny Omega versus Rey Fenix for the AEW World Title.
We're taking the week off and the next show we do is best and worst of. There are some good matches in there. There's some good matches. God damn it. God damn it, TK. Killing us.
And I love the logic between this one and the match he had with Joey Janela, because he's facing off against two men from the Eliminator tournament he didn't get to face.
Good booking logic, actually, yeah.
Yeah, no, like I said, this could easily be match of the year, despite it being the final match of the year. Final match of the year might be the best match of the year.
Yeah, the main event of AEW Dynamite, New Year's Smash, will be literally the last professional wrestling match presented in 2020. Rey Fenix versus Kenny Omega. They have that honor.
And I will hate AEW if they do make it a good match, because my match of the year is already congested as is. I don't need another one to consider.
Well, when you have Kenny and Phoenix in there and the crazy things they do.
Stop giving me too many awesome matches, AEW. I'm trying to pick.
And moving over to Impact, there's a moment that really got me and Matty and Shin excited. It's the fact that Brian Myers and Josh Alexander were having a match.
Yeah.
Brian Myers eventually knocks out Ethan Page by slamming him into the ring post. He goes back in the ring. They start doing the wrestling. But who pops up under the apron?
More torture.
That's right. The Karate Man makes his Impact Wrestling debut.
No, not more torture, asshole. As I mentioned, that's one of my favorite bits from Talking Shop Mania 2. I don't think I have.
No, you were very subtle about that. So, Karate Man tortures Brian Myers, which gets Josh Alexander disqualified, and so it looks like we're building up to a match between Josh Alexander versus the Karate Man in the future.
I shall dub him Canadian Chong Li.
If that's their way of building up that match for Talking Shop Mania, do it. That's all I'm gonna say there.
I think that might be hard to kill.
Oh,
that's what I'm guessing. It might be hard to kill.
Oh shit.
Also, Ethan Page said that him and the Karate Man are not the same person. Back this up by showing a clip of him getting punched in the face by the Karate Man.
I buy it.
I buy that for $1.
Anyone who believes that will probably believe anything. Like like someone saying that Elias and El Vagabundo are the same person.
Or Bo Dallas and Mr. NXT.
Or Sami Zayn and El Generico.
Or Eric and Super Eric.
Or Christopher Daniels and Curry Man, which that's an allegation that's so fucking stupid.
Indeed, indeed. One thing that's not stupid is the Impact Tag Team Tournament to crown the new Knockouts Tag Team Champions. Right now, Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz made to the finals, and the semifinals are going to be between Havoc and Navia taking on Jordan Grace and Jazz.
That's next week, boys. I'm looking forward to that.
Jordan.
Actually, let's see. The Jordan Grace and Jazz versus Havoc and Navia match looks like it's going to take place on January 5th.
Oh, okay.
I think
Build
the
it up.
match might be taking a couple weeks off for holidays.
That makes sense,
They
actually.
do generally do that at the end of the year.
Hey, Jordan, I'm still single.
You're going to have to get through her husband, who can tie you up in a pretzel without even breaking a sweat.
Yes, but I have one advantage.
What's that?
I wrote a book. He didn't.
He can snap your neck with one hand.
I wrote a book. He didn't.
How's it going to stop him from snapping your neck?
He wrote. I can handle this, Shin. He wrote a book. He didn't.
Matty.
What?
Just thank you. Just look. Like who remember you? Who remember you? Grissom, whatever your name is, the squid, the cephalopod. No one will remember you. But I wrote a book.
Shane, are you actually actively calling out the as of recording Ring of Honor Pure Champion Jonathan Gresham?
Whatever. Whoever he is, I don't care. What is his ring name? The squid, the cephalopod, the sperm whale, the Portuguese man of war. I don't know. He's some kind of a.
That was a low-key, just incredible joke right there.
He does not wear a jockstrap on his head, for fuck's sakes. He wears an octopus mask.
Well, what do you think a Portuguese man of war is?
It's not an octopus.
It's a sea creature, and Jonathan Gresham claims to be a sea creature. Thus, he is a Portuguese man of war.
Wow.
For fuck's sake.
This is getting a little too hectic there, bud. Let's keep going.
So, from one tournament to another, Impact is also going to bring back the Super X Cup starting on January 9th.
Did we bring back? Did you guys bring back Rift Zone at just the right fucking time, or what?
If you like tournaments, Impact's got them.
Fucking hey.
Would be team based.
I would hope so.
I would love to see a New Japan contingent on Impact.
Probably.
All I know is that the way Super X Cup generally works is they bring an outside high-flying talent, bring them in, and they have themselves a nice little high-flying tournament. I believe last time they did, I think ACH won the tournament? Or you got at least to the semifinals.
Yeah, I believe he got close, at least. If not, won the whole thing. Ooh,
And of course, last time
JC with a little fantasy booking. I wonder if the Bucks will be in the Super X Cup.
No, they're not. They're not singles guys.
Yeah, they're more of a tag team. The tag team group.
You can count the amount of singles matches they've had in the last 5 years on one hand, and have fingers left over. That's how dedicated they are to being a tag team. Which is really nice because you don't get that kind of dedication too often.
Very much so.
And of course, the last bit of news, the Machine Guns and Swan will be teaming up, take on Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers, or as they're referred to themselves, our reunited Bullet Club.
Biz Clears.
And Tama Tonga didn't seem too happy with that.
Yeah, can you blame him?
I think there might be maybe teasing a bit of Bullet Club versus Bullet Club round 2.
Look, Tama, boy, you got enough on your plate dealing with the fact that you got 2 leaders vying for your shit. Just let Kenny and the Good Brothers have their thing. There can be more than one Bullet Club in America. You need to get your own shit in order with Evil and Jay White.
Fuck up the loser of that match, then come back and fuck up whoever you want to fuck up after.
Well,
anyway,
that, everybody, is all the news I have for the week in professional wrestling, unless my co-hosts have something they'd like to offer as well.
Well, I got a little bit of good news, a little bit of the happy. So a few weeks ago, we had the discussion about the AEW women's division. Yes, they went back to the close to 9:30 slot. Guess what? It's women's match o'clock again. Fucking Tony Khan. You know what? Speaking of women, one of the we were talking about the veteran women, the people who need to be a veteran presence in the division to help boost up and one of the names I brought up was Lufisto. Guess what happened this week?
What?
Did you guys know there's a Quebec Wrestling Hall of Fame?
I did not know that.
There is, starting in 2005, and 3 people got inducted this week. And guess what? Who was one of the 3 inductees?
Yeah!
Lufisto, 2020 inductee. Along with, I believe, let me get the other 2 names here. Yukon Eric and Henri Deglane. And so, yeah, some of the names in there, obviously, there's the big names. You know, Luthez. There's not just the Quebec wrestling. They have some non-Quebec names in there. Abdul the Butcher, Edouard Carpentier, Andre the Giant, duh. Some of the Quebec names, I mean, obviously, you got the Rougeaus. You have the Rougeaus. You have the Vachons, Mad Dog, and all that stuff. Dino Bravo, Rick Martel, Gino Brito, Pat Patterson. My boy, Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen, 2017. And Lufisto in there as well.
You lost me with you lost me when you mentioned Rick Martel.
He's from Montreal, dude. I kind of had to.
As soon as you mentioned him,
one of the most successful Quebec wrestlers in the Fed's history. I think he had to be inducted in that Hall of Fame.
I don't think you understand me, Matty. As soon as you mentioned him, I instantly envisioned him cutting a promo in my head, and I just kind of blanked out on the rest.
Oh no. Well, Kevin Steen, and PCO were in there though.
But I thought the Hall of Fame was just for humans.
Well, I believe they inducted him. Yeah, they inducted him in 2013 before he became not human.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay.
Pierre Calbolette, by the way. That's how I know.
And by the way, that reminds me. Apparently, according to the Nature Boy, woo! WWE are finally building their own physical Hall of Fame.
Yay!
Took them like what, 20 plus years to do it.
Fucking A, right?
You know, better late than never, but, you know, if they actually build their Hall of Fame, it'll finally be an actual Hall of Fame and not just glorified fan service.
Here's an idea. Build an actual Hall of Fame and have it like a wrestling venue where, like, the whole thing is run like a wrestling venue, kind of like the Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas, but it's the Hall of Fame. But you go around, it's an actual Hall of Fame. In the middle, you could put in the new NXT arena.
And of course, I imagine in this Hall of Fame, there'd be a whole lot of memorabilia.
Lots of memorabilia.
They got a lot of stuff, man. Lots of stuff.
The most guarded of which, behind lasers, trapdoors, machine guns, being the last signed picture of Gary Stridham.
Wow. You could actually smell the Vince McMahon slobber on it. He probably had garlic that day.
He'll never leave. He'd just be standing in front of Gary Stridham's exhibit, drooling like a madman.
And anybody who gets too close gets tackled personally by Vince.
You stay away from Gary Stridham. I don't care who you are.
I know you're joking, but there are a bunch of marks, including myself, who would take that, who would pay money to get that. Get tossed around by Vince McMahon.
Get away from him.
There are people who would pay money to do that.
Get away from him. Get away from him, Gary. Get away from my Gary, you bastard.
Vince, it's your grandson. Why are you hurting me?
A likely story. I don't remember my daughter popping you out after I had sex with her.
You never had.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Did you really have to bring that gimmick up, dude?
No Plan McMahon deserves that.
Oh, yeah, but Jesus Christ. Oh, God.
If anybody wants to know what we're referencing, just watch the Vince McMahon official documentary that they made, that they actually put out on
DVD. Get the DVD. Get the fucking DVD.
They actually put it on there. They actually admitted it, having Stephanie go on there and say, you know, my dad once wanted to have a storyline where when I was pregnant, that he was my father. And when I said no, he went, well, what about Shane? And Vince did not deny it. McMahon's, everyone!
I have some news if you're ready.
Go ahead, Mr. Curl.
Yes, in a recent interview, JTG said that he hopes that he officially nominates his partner and greatest dad of the year, Shag Gaspar, for the Warrior Award next year.
Absolutely. That should be done.
I 100% agree with that. I mean, the guy went out the most noble way anyone could, saving their own child.
Yes, indeed.
And it kills me to say that he had to die doing that. That is just every time I think about it, it's just one of the things that still hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Let's see. Also, someone in my wrestling group posted a very interesting statistic: the top 10 wrestlers with the most 5-star matches according to Dave Melt's rating system.
I'm pretty sure I already know who number 1 is.
All right, let me pull it up. So, actually, we have a tie in one of them.
Uh-oh.
7th place is a tie between Manami Toyota and Hiroshi Tanahashi with 13.
All right, I think I heard what we need to hear there. You said Manami Toyota. There was something that got cut off there.
Number 7 is a tie between Manami Toyota and Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Okay.
Number 6, Akira Taue. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably not.
Akira Taue?
Yes, Taue. Thank you. With 15. Number 5, our boy, the GOAT, the best bout machine, Kenny Omega with 16.
Makes sense.
Number 4, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada with 20.
That makes sense.
Number 3, Toshiaki Kawada with 21. Number 2, Kenta Kobashi with 23. And finally, number 1, and it does not surprise me, the King of Kings Road, the founder of Pro Wrestling Noah, the man, the myth himself, Mitsuharu Misawa.
Now, I don't know if I heard number 10 through number 7.
There were some ties. There was a tie with Manami Toyota and Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Who was number 10?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's just 9. Never mind.
Okay, so we're good now. Okay, because
we
lost about a few frames, we got disconnected for about a few seconds. So, just wanted to make sure we got the whole list in there for posterity.
Let's see, what else did I have? Matt Riddle reportedly signs a new contract with WWE, so he's going to be there for a while.
Considering what considering what was known of his personal life right now, that's probably a smart move.
Pentagon El Zero M signs a new contract with All Elite Wrestling.
Middle of a storyline. That storyline that's heavily featured. It makes sense to just say, "Hey, let's kick the can down the road. Let's kick the can down the road." Makes sense.
Okay, let's see. Let me check real quick, one more once over. And in some somewhat related wrestling news, the last bit of news I have. All right, YouTube superstar, I guess, and human stain upon humanity, Jake Paul offers Conor McGregor $50 million to fight him in an MMA match.
$50 million?
You heard me, $50 million.
Jake Paul's just looking for a cheap payday because he knows he's going to get paid just as well.
Yeah, but I'm like, geez, okay, I'm not even looking at the money. It's like, Jesus. I will say this though, Conor McGregor can cut a promo. Good Lord, there's going to be some fire promos.
Focus this guy just on YouTube. They ain't call my ass out.
I just hope he does what two other guys before him couldn't do and beats the ever-loving shit out of Jake Paul.
Well, this is Conor McGregor, one of the top MMA fighters on the planet. He would eat him alive for breakfast and have room for dessert later.
You know what's sad, boys? Don't we have like Jake Paul versus Floyd Money Mayweather coming up in February?
True.
Floyd, do not dance around the ring this time. This is your one shot to actually do something.
Don't hug him. Fight him.
Punch his head off.
You know what? How about we just replace Floyd Mayweather with Mike Tyson?
Yes.
I'm not the type of dance around the ring like Floyd does. There's one thing I hate about Floyd Mayweather is that he spends most of his fights just walking around the ring, just taking pot shots and just gaining points with the judges and just winning by decision.
And that's why he will never be amongst the greats. I mean, sure, he's undefeated, but really, what kind of spectacular fighting what kind of match has he had that's worth remembering?
He's definitely not one of the types that just goes in there and just tries to have a knockout, drag-out brawl like Tyson would, because Tyson's like, yeah, I'm just going there. I'm just going to try to beat the shit out of the guy because I want to win.
You know, the best part is eventually Jake's going to have a big enough to head. I'd like to have one of Mike Tyson's final boxing matches, please. And it'll be 8 rounds of Mike Tyson eating him alive. And I'm not going to lie. If someone says $60 for that, I'm tempted, boys. Tempted.
It wouldn't even go 8 rounds of Tyson. It would go like maybe 3?
No, better yet, if he ever does that, I hope that Mike does the whole George Rush St. Pierre job that he did on Josh Koscheck that one time.
Oh,
that'd be nice.
Oh.
Matty knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I remember that fight. My God, that was a murder.
For those of you who don't know, George Rush St. Pierre, one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time, and some of you Marvel heads might remember him as Batroc the Leaper from The Winter Soldier, was a coach alongside Josh Koscheck for The Ultimate Fighter. Josh Koscheck just kept trash talking him, and George just kept smiling.
I believe the word you're looking for is shit talk.
Pretty much. And George just accepted it. He didn't really trash talk back. So when they finally fought, George beat the shit out of him.
He did.
I mean, he could have ended it at any point during those couple of rounds, but he just beat Josh Koscheck until his eyes closed. He could have knocked him out. He just beat him up for was it 3 or 5 rounds straight?
It was 3 rounds.
Yeah, because those non-title fight.
Yeah.
Well, 3 rounds straight, he destroyed Josh Koscheck.
In case of fuck around and find out.
Yeah, the ultimate. This was literally a case of Josh Koscheck tried to keep it real, and found out what happens when keeping it real goes wrong.
And if Jake Paul thinks that just because he's a great boxer he can take Conor McGregor, just ask James Toney how good an effective boxing can be in an MMA fight.
This, by the way, was James Toney versus Randy the Natural Couture. Google him.
Pretty much. James Toney barely trained, and when he trained, he just focused on his boxing. And he was like, I'm gonna kick his ass. I'm gonna box him and beat him up. And Randy Couture's like, yeah, I know you're a great boxer. That's why I'm gonna shoot on you. And what's the first thing Randy Couture did to James Toney? Shoot him.
Single leg takedown, ground and pound.
Had no defense for it, no sprawl, nothing. Lost in the first round. It was an embarrassment.
Didn't even have the base fundamentals that you learned that you could actually learn back in high school if he was smart enough.
Indeed. So yeah, Jake Paul, this is going to be the most painful $50 million you have ever lost or ever earned.
Yeah,
and that's it for all the news I have.
Yeah, I think at this point we may as well just. Wow. All right, I just got this wonderful image of Mike Tyson's boxing glove hitting Jake Paul's face repeatedly in slow motion.
It's basically Ivan Drago versus Apollo Creed.
Only in reverse.
Yeah, in reverse, really.
Yep.
If he dies, he dies.
I must break you. I'm just gonna think. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna talk about the one thing we probably don't want to talk about, which is TLC. Well, actually, there might be some things about TLC that are worthy of bringing up. We'll discuss that when we come back. Do not go too far.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
There's an epidemic affecting thousands of young Canadians, a condition scientists are calling the munchies. I'm World Wrestling Federation superstar Chris Jericho, and I've joined forces with Taco Bell to fight this hunger. You can join our tag team. By making a donation of only $3.99, you'll receive 3 Taco Supremes and a drink. Act now, and together we can help young people, like Todd, pummel the munchies.
This is WMOB Mobile, 12 on your channel dial and 12 in the TV ratings.
By the way, one thing we didn't bring up was the fact that Vince is pissed and sent a whole lot of people to the Performance Center, but that was last week, I think. Or unless that was this week.
No,
I might be wrong. Back on the Wrestle-Cast RBT Entertainment Production, Podomatic, Spotify, YouTube, Twitch.tv Live, Matty T-Dub and the Shintigercurl person. Doing the thing.
I'd like to say that for the record, Mountain Dew Frostbite's not too bad. Shout out to my coworker Randy for giving me a free can.
I did try Frostbite late last year. I concur, it's not bad though. I've developed more of a taste for Baja Blast, obviously.
One of us. Come to Taco Bell. It's the best.
Actually, it's available. I was able to during my Christmas shopping. I was able to snag a couple of bottles of this stuff. It's available in bottle and can form, folks.
Sorry.
You go to hell.
Sorry, I'm still drinking crab juice.
Crab juice and crab galash. Sips of this, folks.
What do you got to wash that awful taste out of my mouth? I got crab juice or Mountain Dew. I'll take a crab juice.
Crab juice.
It's a very good question.
I'll find some.
Is that what it sounds like? Do you just juice a crab?
I get the feeling it's probably more kind of a broth, like a fish broth or a chicken broth kind of situation.
Is it crab jizz?
Or it could be just gumbo juice in a bottle. I could drink that.
Anyway, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, a WWE production. From the Thunderdome.
My.
What?
Oh, my.
Thank you. From the WWE Thunderdome, now located in Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. They're going to be there for a while. They don't have to get kicked. They're probably not going to get kicked out before baseball season starts, if it starts. They got. Let me refresh this because I know they had at least 6 matches announced. Let me see if that has changed at all. Nope, still the 6. So here's what we have here. New Day taking on the Hurt Business for the Raw Tag Team titles.
I put money on Hurt Business winning.
Makes sense. By the way, represented by Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, good. Good that you said his name right.
Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, and people wonder why Shelton Benjamin has that feud with old girl. Who does he have a feud with?
Mia Yim.
Yeah.
Because Mia Yim didn't call him by his full name.
What did she call him by?
She just called him Shelton.
Ah, gotcha.
Hey, Shelton. The fuck did you just say me? I said, hi, Shelton. Bitch, I will choke you out for saying that shit to me. What's wrong, Shelton? That's it. I'm kicking your ass, and the entire locker room has to stop Shelton from killing me again.
One thing I love is that apparently, according to Mia Yim, they sort of have a older brother, younger sister relationship.
That's cool.
Still doesn't give her the right to call him out of his name.
It's like calling someone that's Slickback instead of calling him a pimp named Slickback.
Exactly.
Yeah,
can't they just call you Slickback?
It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You say the whole thing. I'm a pimp named Slickback.
All right, moving on.
All right,
Matty.
Slick, we're going to move on to Sasha Banks versus Carmela for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Keep belt on, Banks. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you got going with Carmela. I don't care.
In this case, Mela is not money.
No.
Sasha.
Keep it on the Banks. That's where the money is. And it'd also be a shame to end this title reign so early.
I'm going to bounce around it because I want to keep the 2 big matches for the last 2 matches of the night here. Which this next one definitely is not. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler take on Asuka versus a partner to be determined for the Women's Tag Team Championship. They wrote out Lana on Monday, I believe.
Why?
And many people are speculating that it might be Charlotte.
If it's Charlotte, then those belts are going on Asuka and Charlotte because that's the one title that she has not held yet.
Yeah. And at this point, the whole thing with the whole point of the Lana versus, if you want to call that a feud in quotation marks, was to fuck up Lana because they want to piss off Miro because Vince is fucking petty.
Yeah, at least Miro got to say that he taught Lana how to do a pin.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, in the way that she did it, which led a lot of people to speculate that, hey, he probably taught her that when they were fucking. Because of the way
yeah, they're married, so yeah, it's obvious, Shane. I believe the words are, they fucking.
All right, honey, I want you to. All right, time to train. Do a bump. Hit the ropes. Do a bump. Eat my ass.
Well, they have sex in the WrestleMania tank. That's one thing he loves bringing up on
They
Twitter.
did. That's a legit thing. They did. They've confirmed it.
I'm person criticized him, and he says, "Well, you know what? I had sex in that tank." What did
Yeah.
you do?
Well, if
You know
if
what?
you have a tank and your wife is as hot as Lana, I'd do it.
Yeah, at that point, I don't think they were married yet. I think at that point, you glove up, you rubber up, and then you just have fun.
I just have to ask: did they have sex in the tank before or after the match?
I'm pretty sure if you ask Miro and Lana, I think the answer would be yes.
And of course, you have to assume that he said, Rusev, crush.
I'm trying to think of who the potential tag partners could be. Maybe this could be the call-up for someone from NXT? Maybe? Who knows?
Yeah, we all know who it's going to be. No, and it turns out to be Dexter Lewis in a platinum blonde wig.
Oh, good God. Well, if it turns out to be Dexter Loomis.
And he has a picture of himself with the tag team towels with Asuka.
And imagine how uncomfortable it would be for Andrade. Like he's watching Dexter go out there dressed as
just as his wife,
dressed up as his wife, and he's like, "Yes, go out there. That's my baby." And then he gets a tap on the shoulder, like, "Who are you talking about, hon?" And it's the real Charlotte, and he's like, "Charlotte, but who is? Oh God!" And we just in the back.
No.
Oh, Dios mío! Oh, Dios mío! And Dexter just looks back at the camera and he gives a.
Oh God! You know what? If that actually happens, I'm pretty sure it's going to be better than the Firefly Inferno match, Fiend versus Randall Keith Thornton. There.
Who's getting set on fire? Will it be the Fiend or will it be the Viper?
I honestly don't care.
Yeah, me neither.
Wow, the excitement around the Fiend really has gone downhill in the past year.
Because Vince fucked up the Fiend again.
He just can't help himself, can he?
He fucked him up back in Saudi Arabia because he let one old man's ego counter proper booking.
You don't hear me arguing, folks.
After that, I don't care about the Fiend anymore.
Now, this one, I think, are equal value. So if either one closed the show, I don't mind. But I'll go with the order I have on Wikipedia. Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman taking on my boy Kevin Owens, tables, ladders, and chairs for the Universal Championship. I love my boy. I really do. I do. But I have to call Roman Reigns. That's too hot a hand to take the belt off.
Now look here, I don't care where you've been or what Canadian cookies you've been eating, but I'm the tribal chief. I'm head of the table, and what's on the table? Cookies. They're all mine. So you go back to Canada and eat whatever the Canadian cookies are.
Those are not. Yeah, that's a table, and I got a chair wrapped around your head, you jerk.
You be quiet, or I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna super punch you.
No, fuck you. I'll give you 10,000 stunners, bitch. Happy anniversary, Davey. I mean, Roman, you cheats. I mean, tribal chief, jack off.
See, that's just what I wanted. At least now you acknowledging me as the tribal chief.
Yeah, but I'm also acknowledging you as a jack off. Jack off.
Still the tribal chief. Cookies.
A tribal chief and possibly the person leaving with the title, which I want to call as well because it just doesn't feel like it's time to lose yet.
And I feel so bad. He's jobber to this. I don't want Kevin Owens as jobber to. He should be Universal Champion, but timing's not right.
Honestly, he should be tag champion right now.
With who?
I don't know, but that's what he needs to complete the Grand Slam.
So I actually, no, yeah, yeah, I see U.S. World. Yeah, he only needs a tag belt. Yeah,
That's all. That's all he needs. So
that's all he needs.
And right now, there are no tag teams on either brand. So, hey, put him together with Sammy.
Sammy face?
I don't think. Just put him together with Sammy.
Let's be honest. I don't think it matters as long as Kevin Owens is on the microphone. He's been cutting fire promos for this build up, by the way. So just so you know. And finally, in one of the main events, hopefully this will, I don't know, Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles with almost big tall dude. Tables, ladders, cheers for the WWE Championship. Keep the belt on Drew would be my call.
I would like to make a wild prediction.
Styles?
No. Drew retains, but then he gets laid out by all the heels. Miz cashes in. Miz wins. And then Drew wins the Royal Rumble and goes after Roman Reigns for SmackDown.
Ooh, okay, yeah, that made it. They had a great preview at Survivor Series. I'd like to see a Broadway of that.
And he would, and that would cement him as one of the greats. As how many wrestlers these days can you know that have won more than one Rumble?
You could definitely count them on one hand. If not, the second hand would still be empty. Would still have like one finger or two.
Hogan.
So yeah.
I'm trying to think. Steve Austin, Hogan, Michaels. Let's see who else.
Roman.
Rock.
Rock won two. Yeah. No.
Roman only won one.
Yeah, Roman won one, and Rocky only won one.
Oh, he only won one? Damn.
Yeah. 2000. And that's a controversial one.
Oh, yeah, because, Big Show technically threw him out before.
Basically, Rock's feet touched first. They botched the ending.
Yeah, because that wasn't supposed to happen, but, Rock kind of slipped a little there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a very small list, and if they go that route with Drew, that would be a massive feather in his cap.
And the person that takes the title off of Miz at Mania. Let's see, looking at Raw's current roster. Fuck.
And Miz, despite a lot of people's dislike of him, he deserves a proper world title run.
Even if it is up until Mania.
Because his one and only title run was just him feuding with
he was second fiddle in his main. He was the third man in his main event.
Yep, he was just a backdrop for another feud, and the person he feuded the most with during his title run was Jerry Lawler.
A retired guy who may as well be retired at that point, as far as most fans were concerned.
Yeah, and at least the quality there's more quality opposition, and he can more than handle his own on those matches. Anyway, that's the show. That's the show to watch if you want to watch. I know the Friday show, Ring of Honor, though, is pre-taped, so you could probably buy that on the Fight app later and still watch that. It still have quality professional wrestling content. That being said, we gotta do winners and losers real quick, boys. Let's do it. Shin, kick us off.
Let's see. B-Cell Battery is easy this week. Vinnie Mac. Just no plan McMahon. We already know why. He pitched a fit, changing plans on the fly, and of course sending Keith Lee to developmental because he's not a great wrestler. Like, what the fuck do you know about great wrestling?
Excuse me, what?
There's a report that he sent him back because he believes Keith Lee is not a good wrestler.
We talked about this last week.
I've reacted to that, by the way. I'm just reacting. I know, believe me.
But yeah, he pitched a fit for this week for something again. I don't remember what. But my losers, Raw for that epically low rating that it did this week.
Dude, epic low rating for the worst Raw of the fucking year. That rating was deserved.
Indeed. Sadly, Impact, not for any of the content that it has, but simply because of the rating it did this week. That's
Yeah, it was a pop, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, there's not much they can do about that. You know, they can only do so much to get the word out.
And my last loser is for that dude in that YouTube comment section who said he would rather have the COVID than the vaccine any day of the week. And I'm like, I've gone blind from your stupidity.
Oh my God, he's gone cross-eyed.
No, I've gone plaid.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Those are all my losers.
Also, Spaceballs reference. T-Dub.
I'm just going to go into Vince for just absolutely failing to the point where even the network is starting to get involved now.
When USA is pissed, you're fucked.
Vince, for the sake of pro wrestling, please turn this product around. Get this thing on the right track, for fuck's sakes.
For me, WWE, because when the network is pissed, maybe it's not your writing staff, especially when they wrote that shit for you.
Yeah, if there's one thing we've learned over the years, is the fact that the writing staff literally writes for the audience of one, Vince McMahon. They don't write for the audience, they don't write for the wrestlers, they write for Vince, because if Vince doesn't like it, he tears it up. Which is why they spend all week trying to write the best script that Vince would like, and then he tears it up anyways, and then he has them write something completely new with only like an hour to go before showtime.
Winners, boys. Let's do that. Let's end our year on a strong.
Wait a minute. One more loser. Thanks for reminding me, Devin. NXT. I think this is like the third, fourth week in a row that we did not talk about NXT this week.
Yeah.
And it's not like neither one of the three of us actually brought up NXT at all. Either of us could, but we didn't.
Yeah, outside of the outside mention of Dexter Lumis as a running gag. And before people start saying, well, you don't watch it, you need to diversify your stuff. We try to, but here's the thing. But for us, at this point, it's what I feared last year when Vince took on decided to take on AEW with NXT. Guilt by association. Raw sucks. SmackDown is bearable, but is barely bearable. And why do I expect anything else out of NXT? And it's sad because Kyle O'Reilly versus Pete Dunne was fucking good this week. It was. I watched that match in full. The thumb is up, boys.
Now, the main reason I don't watch NXT every week is because it's on at the same time as AEW. And once I'm done with AEW, I'm like, okay, I don't need to watch NXT because I'm already burnt out on my wrestling for the night. Like, I try to do that thing where, okay, I watch AEW, then I watch NXT, but every time I try to watch NXT, I'll just be bored watching it because I'm like, this is just WWE-style wrestling, and I'm just not interested in watching that after watching how good wrestling can be presented with AEW.
This is one of the advantages of having the chance to work from home, for me anyway. It's one of those I log into my VPN, the work VPN. I don't own a VPN, but there's a work VPN, so I could do my remote desktop situation. And as soon as I'm logged in, I'm like, okay, let's pop up the old NXT in the background, see what is in the background while I do some emails. And I watch NXT. And guess what? They still more often than not, they still have a pretty decent wrestling product. But I'm like, sometimes I'm looking at them like, ooh, you're not pulling too much effort to keep people to watch sometimes. And it's unfortunate.
Buzz is gone, essentially.
Yeah. And that's NXT, and that's sad that's come to that. Let's do winners, boys.
All right, easy enough. AEW Dynamite for just doing their thing and setting us up to another potential match of the year candidate match with Kenny Omega and Rey Fenix. The Rhodes family, congratulations and mazel tov to the newest member of the Rhodes family, who will be coming soon and have a new playmate with Mox's kid.
Yeah.
Let's see, and a small outside winner to my best friend and literary soulmate Gabby. This week she is sick, but potentially found out that she might have COVID, but she is keeping a very strong upper lip about it. She just messaged me saying that she's feeling much better because right now she is playing Age of Calamity on the Switch, and it is allowing her to just forget about her sickness and all this other stuff, and she's just kicking ass on Age of Calamity, so that's great.
That's about the one thing you could do. Try to distract yourself with some positivity and some stuff that you like.
Very
Just make sure to stay from Cyberpunk 2077 because I hear that it gives you whatever the hell Johnny Swinger has.
Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Ugh.
Cyber herpes.
Jesus Christ.
Don't ask me how he got it, but he got it.
He fucking got it, yeah.
And, of course, last but not least, Smash players because Sephiroth.
Yeah. Oh, believe you me, when I saw that announcement trailer, I marked the fuck out.
And he is such a joy to play, not to mention the Miis of Barrett, Tifa, and Aerith. The stage that he's on, and, of course, all that good FF7 music. A lot of them is new unreleased, remastered themes.
Nice.
Sounds so goddamn good.
And I'm guessing the stage that they chose for Sephiroth is Northern Crater?
Oh, it's better than that, T-Dub. It's the entire stage is just based off the last disc of Final Fantasy VII. You go from the Northern Crater, you see the High Wind, you fly down to the Northern Crater, you see Holy, you go swing back up to the surface, you see Meteor in all of its gorgeous high HD glory, followed by Holy and the live stream combined together. It's just 3 minutes of just utter fantastic visual storytelling. Just mwah.
Well,
Dita, but how do you top that winner's list?
Well, you see, the thing is here about that.
Just read the list, dude. I know. My list ain't going to top that either.
Guys, not to interrupt you for a minute. I'm sorry, Tita, but I got to say this. Negative. Her test came back. She's negative.
Oh, okay. That's some awesome news.
Oh, that is a weight off my shoulder.
Oh, hell yeah! For those wondering, he was at when we were setting up the call for the show. He was feeling stressed. We're trying to calm him down, going, "There's something you can do to control this." So that negative that negative test. Yeah, that. We're happy for you, Gabby. We really are.
And JC says that Gabby's the winner. Nope, she's a winner in my book as well.
You know what? Not going to dispute that. Go ahead, Tita.
And, of course, I got to give a winner to Kenny Omega for being in 3 different promotions within 1 week. And 2 of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Only Kenny Omega can be at the same 2 different places at the same time. It's like magic.
Yeah.
Hey, Devil. Good to see you around.
Hey. How you doing,
Hey,
Devil?
Devil.
And for me, Cody and Brandy Rhodes for the most obvious of reasons. Congratulations to the both of you. And to Pharaoh. Got a new gig as a security dog. That's a good thing. Lufisto for getting inducted in Quebec's Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame. Richly deserved. If you just have a casual glance at her career, yeah.
But Matty, is it the Numa Hall of Fame? Fame. Is it in the Hall of Pain?
Oh God. Chibba Hall of Fame. No, not that kind of Hall of Fame. But still a legit Hall of Fame though. Power Rangers Beast Morphers. We just finished. We just had the last episode on. We just riffed yesterday, and on Ranger Recap. And our one question was, can it stick the landing? And guess what? It's on the winners list because it stuck the landing. And
awesome. Yeah.
JC, catch up, especially the penultimate episode has a twist that I dare not spoil. Just saying. I dare not spoil that. Besides, I think
he's still going. That's good to hear.
Oh yeah, good, awesome, and it wraps today. That's a good thing. And finally, Super Nintendo World. They did the Nintendo Direct, giving a brief tour of the attraction at Universal Studios Japan, and it was hosted by Shigeru Miyamoto. And I fucking want to go there now. Like,
here, look at all these great places that you will never see. Ha 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 ha.
God damn you, COVID.
You'll be stuck in your home. Sorry, go ahead.
They hate Nintendo for some of their practices over the last few weeks, but it's Miyamoto. You can't help but love Miyamoto.
And they say they are scheduling the similar worlds in places like Hollywood and in Orlando. And I'm like, I'm with Ace on this one. We want Super Nintendo World Orlando fucking now. All caps.
Or even better, Super Nintendo World Virginia.
Super Nintendo World Texas?
Super Nintendo World North Carolina. Got it in, baby. Let's wrap it up. Shen, plug your stuff as per usual, my friend.
Always got to plug my stuff. Like, you can find me on YouTube at Maxicorn. Same with my my pen name for fanfiction.net. Just as a reminder to all my Pearl Shipping fans out there, the next chapter of my Pearl Shipping fanfic will be done by Christmas, so you can stop pestering me on my not on my Facebook, well, on my community page on my YouTube channel. It is coming, and so is Ash, because you know what the kind of story it is. So tune in for that, as always. And next week, I am deeply considering going to part 3 of my Gavin Kyle File series, where I go into a deep dive into an individual from the War Machine universe. Preferably this week, if I'm feeling up to it and this abscess goes down, I'll be able to do one on none other than Lord Carver, BMMD III Esquire. And just for clarification, BMMD means Bringer of Most Massive Destruction.
He is part owner of Oz. He's part owner of Austin Deconstruction.
Yep.
Made a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah, he's basically a giant pigman with a giant fuck-off sword who wants to create his own pigman empire.
T-Dub, new video out, right?
That is correct. I have my new video out. The debut of Prologued Exposure. Take a look at the opening sections of video games. And this decided to make my first video on The Last of Us Part 2 because there is a lot to dissect there. A lot to talk about with that. So if you want to hear me talk about it, check out my YouTube channel. And on top of that, I have a new Let's Play that goes up every Saturday. So be sure to check out that. Currently playing through Until Dawn. What will I be playing once the new year starts? Subscribe to my channel to find out.
And of course, if you want to get that video a little early, patreon.com/JWKReviews. I got my tip jar, paypal.me/manj316. Donations are optional, but always welcome and appreciated. Of course, you can buy Shintigercurl's book, both in paperback and Kindle edition, on Amazon. New World by Greg Haynes. Check it the fuck out. It's a good book. It's a good book. You can follow us on Twitter at MannyJ316, at TWKOfficial, and at Shintigercurl. And, of course, questions and all that good stuff you can send out to Wrestle-Cast@gmail.com. We haven't had a chance to do so lately, and we're probably going to get that once we start the year. But eventually, we'll be able to read some of the questions. Of course, you can join us live, twitch.tv/RVT Entertainment, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 Pacific. So, hey, if you're having supper, you can listen to us, chuckleheads, for about 90 minutes. And about next week, we're off. No show next week because we ain't doing this shit live, especially on Christmas. I'm probably going to be too tired to talk because we you know, I still have a family. My sister will be coming over, and despite the restrictions, she's pretty much been doing what I've been doing, staying the fuck home. So we're eating turkey, lots of it.
Gobble gobble. Gobble, gobble, baby.
Gobble, gobble, motherfucker.
Yep.
So we're off on Christmas Day because I ain't working on Christmas Day, and I'm not forcing these two guys to work on Christmas Day to talk wrestling. No, sir.
Matty's not going to scrooge us.
No. That being said, I am back on Toka Riffs Live, and we are going to do Toka Riffs Live that weekend as well. But this show will be back January 1st, New Year's Day proper. And this one, we might talk about Ray Phoenix versus Kenny Omega, because that might be brought up in the best and worst of 2020. You know, it may not sound like we watch much because we had a 4-month hiatus and all, but no, we watch our fair share of professional wrestling. We'll discuss it, I'm sure. But yeah, and be prepared. 9 p.m. we're going, and we are going until we are done. It's a typically long show, so grab a booze and a snackage. We will, because I know I will grab a beverage as well. That being said, until then, that is the show for this week. We thank you very much for tuning in, as per usual, on behalf of Shintigercurl.
The things we did with the Ros con Pollo. Oh, Dios mío! Dios mío!
Dexter Lubitz stares at him while doing it. And, of course, my good buddy TWK.
Next time, this TWK of TWK Reviews, telling you to work your gimmick. And remember to like, comment, subscribe on this video, and be sure to share it all around the universe, wherever you can.
Especially if you're in North Carolina. Got another way in. My name's Matty J. Reminding you to help professional wrestling support your independent promotion as soon as possible. If you're not tuning in to the rest of this stuff for the rest of the year, shame. But thank you very much for tuning in. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. See you in 2021 in the wrestling side of things, of course. Bye, everybody. Bye.
We in the WWF think that you, the audience, are quite frankly tired of having your intelligence insulted.
You're gonna get coal in your stocking, 'cause you're yuppie scum. Just means more gifts for me. Keep pissing Santa off!